everybody, welcome to All Over Overland. My name is Michael, and yes, I'm back. I'm excited. I'm actually at the new All Over Overland headquarters located in Mustang, Oklahoma. This is almost kind of like where it all began. Not officially probably began, but when things started taking off. Definitely when we really started doing the Overland radio. Lee and I started doing that. And then, things kind of took off for a couple of years. And then I moved to Alaska for a couple of years. And we just needed to get it going again. The time difference was crazy. There were a lot of logistical issues when it came to me being in Alaska and Lee being in Oklahoma and just continuing the show. I don't know. We're going to probably try it again and see where we go. But this is the All Over Overland show, and I got some updates for you guys when it comes to what's been going on. I'm not going to do the move update. You guys have seen that, and if you haven't, then go back. There's if you're new, there's a whole bunch of videos that you can go watch. Whole bunch of podcasts that you can check out. So go do that. But yeah, so kind of an update that's been going on lately. Obviously, there was the health scare that I had. Heat exhaustion, whatever it may be. I'm doing really good right now. Everything's fine. I get tired every once in a while, but the doctor said for up to 8 weeks or even more that you could kind of experience those. And it may be a lifelong kind of thing that you just can't overdo it anymore. So bringing in the reins there a little bit, but for the most part I feel fine. Had the heart scan, everything looked fine. The truck got hit. So that's the biggest, craziest news, is that my truck was sitting outside of my parents' house and someone hit it and took off and moved the bumper over a good 3 inches probably. Now, I haven't taken it officially in to get it looked at from a body shop, but I did stop over at my friend's over at Iron Goat Garage, and Austin came out and looked at it, and he said to him, just kind of looking at it real quick, it looks like the frame's going to be fine. Looks like the truck did really, really well through it, and that the bumper is the thing that got damaged, and the bumper did what the bumper needed to do. One side, so the driver's side bracket for the ARB bumper has bent over. You can see it bent over. And then the passenger side bracket has just scooted over. I guess it's got a channel where the bolt goes through, and not just a solid hole, but like a oval, not really an oval, but a channel. And it just slid that over. So the bumper did what the bumper needed to do. There's a little bit of fender damage where the bumper kind of got pushed up into the fender on the driver's side. Nothing that I wouldn't be able to live without or live with. It wouldn't have to change, is what I meant there. It's minor, but the bumper is damaged. So even the guy quoted me about $500 for the ARB brackets. But even then, the bumper is damaged on that side where the fog light goes in. The bull bar doesn't look to be damaged. It doesn't really look like it's moved much. It's just where that fog light is smooshed in. So I would be fine with the bumper. It's got kind of a scar as long as I could still get an LED fog light down there, which I'm sure I can. But yeah, $500 for the bracket. I guess all things considering, it's probably not terrible, but I don't have $500 to throw around at this right now, so I'm not real sure what I'm going to do about that. I still, like I said, need to probably take it in and get it officially looked at to make sure there's nothing else kooky that's happened or weird. I haven't even popped the hood to look. Sometimes you can tell when you pop a hood. I haven't even done that. I need to do that here pretty soon. But yeah, haven't taken that in. I haven't had time really to do much of anything. I moved into this place and super excited. Molly's excited, so she'll be here quite a bit moving forward, hopefully, anyway. But yeah, I think those are the things. Waiting on internet. As soon as internet gets here, and if it's strong enough, then Lee and I will start probably streaming. If it's not strong enough, then I either have to look at getting different internet. This was super cheap. It's with Verizon. And if you guys have a Verizon phone, they got like this special, and you don't have internet, which if you're watching this, you probably have internet, or you're watching it on your phone. But anyway, it was like since I have my phone with Verizon, it was like $25. That seems really cheap. So I'm sure it sucks. We'll see. We'll see how that works. And I'm sure there's going to be a ton of people writing in like, dude, you're not going to be able to stream. I'm not going to be able to film like the interviews that we've done. But there is a plan beyond that. And that plan is going to be Starlink, which I'd planned on getting anyway. And at $25 a month, that's going to always be here. So even if Molly wants to come here and hang out while I'm gone, and I've got Starlink with me, she can come hang out because it's not too far from the high school. So she'll be able to stop over here and get some food, rest, do whatever she needs in between practices and stuff like that. So that was the whole point of being in Mustang and moving back to Oklahoma. And the life change that brought. Wow. I'm ready for 2026. To be honest. 2026, that's going to be the year. So getting everything lined up, kind of like this podcast. So we're going to start doing, hopefully, the Overland radio podcast coming up soon. The AllOver Overland podcast is a for sure. I'm in. I'm here. I've got just to kind of figure out what I'm going to do with this space, and then bring you some more podcasts, because it's community, and I love you guys. And I really, really saw this and wanted to get back into this after the Big Iron thing. So many people, reached out or was there to help me, and I just forgot how much I love this community. And I know it's growing and changing, and Lee and I talked about this today, how he really liked the Paw Paw camper. And he's getting ready to sell his rig, of course, because that's what Lee does, is he buys stuff, he gets it really cool, and then he sells it. So he's going to sell that and kind of trying to figure out what to do next. He's talked about diesel pusher and all that kind of stuff. But just talking about being at a stage in life where he's like, I'm not watching the Overland videos as much. I'm not needing to go on the crazy trails as much. He wants to be more comfortable. And I said, yeah, it's stage of life. It's not that people aren't doing it. People are still doing it. There's people brand new getting into this. Molly has some friends in high school. Jacob, you're one of them. If you're watching, dude, #1 fan right there. But yeah, if he's watching, this is for you, buddy. There's people that watch my videos that are in high school. So are they future Overlanders? Possibly. Maybe they'll at least have a connection to the outdoors in some way, and it's going to be what it is. I mean, to say that overlanding started one day is not true, because it's been truck camping forever, ever since trucks were invented. People were driving them and at least breaking down and having to sleep in them. But hunters have been doing what we've been doing forever with far less. Now we've come out and, there's all these new rooftop tents and different things like that, and diesel heaters to keep them warm. And, they did things a little differently and lit fires and, did it the way that we always probably strive to. But it's been going on forever. So this isn't just going to stop. For everybody that's been doing this as long as I have, and friends of mine or people that I do this with that are at the same stage of life that I'm at, and maybe that Lee's at, just because your interest level's going a little bit further down doesn't mean that there's not people still doing this. People are still doing this. It's too much fun. I can't imagine, people didn't one day stop camping. That's not a thing. People didn't one day stop buying tents at Walmart to go camping. Totally not a thing. So this is it's gonna still be there. You may not be doing it. One day you'll be in a nursing home and there'll be another group of people out living in their van out of necessity or want. And there'll be people that are overlanding because that's what we taught our kids and our kids taught their kids, and hopefully so on and so forth. It'll be different. It'll look completely different. Will there be as much available? I don't know. Will there be more? Maybe there'll be more available. Maybe they'll be like, you know what? That's all bullshit. Let's just open it up. I doubt it. I almost said 100%. I probably used that too much. I doubt it. But it's possible that someday there'll be more things open because we realize like we've got some kind of new energy source and we don't need all that bullshit. I don't know. I guarantee that people 200 years ago didn't know all this shit was going to be going on. Yeah. Like they'd be like, what, you can talk to each other on a thing? No, you can't. Like all the way over on the other side of the world? No, you can't. Yeah, can. Clear as day. Like we're talking now. So, I know things will change. I know they evolve. I know that there's also some people that are going back to more of a basic style. And this has happened since I've been in this overlanding. I remember talking about this a few years ago. That, man, people are going back to just, I'm going to go in a ground tent and I'm just going to go camp. There's people doing that. Videos all the time of people doing that. Sometimes it's because they're in the middle of a rebuild. I get it. Anyhow, you guys are always awesome. Thank you so much for your support and everything that you've done for me. I really do appreciate it. I do have a Patreon page. I've started posting a little bit more to it. I hope to post more to that. But if anything, it's not really something that I use to give you new or different content. I'm an open book. I usually put everything out here. But if you ever considered, buying my coffee, it's a good place to buy my coffee. But anyhow, no pressure on that. It's not a big deal. It would be helpful and would get things moved along a little further, but no, it's more of a like, if you guys like me doing this, it's a good way to let me know. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Stay tuned. I'll have more information about when Lee and I are possibly able to get the Overland radio fired back up. I've had a lot of people ask me about it, so I know that there's at least a few people that are interested in seeing Lee and I back together on video and podcast form. I know it's fun. We have a good time. I miss your brother. Everybody else out there, make sure that you have a good time. Make sure that you're safe. Make sure that you're good to people. And whatever you do, go all over.